So what's up, people? Welcome back to Hit the Bid. Lots of fun stuff going on, huh? Nah, I'm generally in a bad mood. I mean, a lot of things are positive about being a day trader. At least I don't have to answer to anybody. I get to wear my own clothes. I get to wear shorts to work and I get to do whatever I want. But there is a lot of negative drawbacks, especially the fact that I'm just angry all the time. No matter how much money I make now, unless I make $1 million in one afternoon, I probably won't be happy. And you know what? I'll still find negatives about that day. Now the thing about what I'm doing here is, let me tell you a little brief background again. A lot of people have heard these stories, sometimes you haven't. I was day trading before there was even a name for it. It was on a system called SelectNet. We couldn't even touch the keyboards with our own fingers. We had to scream the orders out like we were in a pit. And eventually we were able to touch our keyboards. Now the thing is, once I was able to start trading my own, the remarkable thing is, even though I was making money, 9 out of 10 times a stock would continually go the direction that I was just in. Therefore, I'd make a little money, and then I could have made a lot more money. And of course, the losing trades, those would always wind up working out to be fantastic trades once I got out of them. So I try to tell you about what I'm doing, when to get in, and basically, if you're in a profitable position, I'm not going to tell you when to sell, because generally that'll probably be wrong. But if you're greedy, and then the fear and the greed comes in. But if I'm giving you good entries, there's a way that you can make money, embracing the horror that every time I do something, it's going to be 80 to 90% of the time, it's going to continue the direction I was just in. That's the bottom line. I mean, look, let's talk about a positive story. Back when eBay was hacked into, this is when eBay was like a $200 or $300 stock, okay? The stock was got down 45 points. And I'm thinking this is a fantastic opportunity because the market was relatively strong that morning, as it was always in 1998, 99, 2000, till the crash, obviously. But, so they got hacked into. I said, it's still eBay. And as one thing that was making me money was reversals of trend. A stock that was gapped down, regardless of what news it was, if it started to gain strength, I would automatically get into it and then see how it was going. So next thing you know, it's down 45 points. I'm jumping in, early in, buying just 100 shares. Next thing you know, it's only down 35 points. I buy 200 more shares. Next thing you know, it's only down 25 points. I get my whole share up to a 1,000 share lot. Next thing you know, it's only down 5. I'm growing some balls here. I got 2,000 more shares. Looking for this thing to go positive. Now the thing about the stocks that were going positive, anytime they went positive, there was a good chance that stock would make back a good chunk of what it was down on the positive momentum. Something we don't have too much of today is this momentum. Now we're just chopping around, just trying to kill you in the stock market. But there I was, trading a 3 or 4, then I got 4,000 more shares. So I had 6,000 shares of the stock. Basically, as soon as it went up 2 or 3 points, I called it a day. I made $45,000 on that trade in basically one morning. Went outside with my erection, smoked a joint, got on the train, took a ride to my dad's house, got onto my bike, rode out to the beach, started playing paddleball with my dad. And all his friends were wondering, hey, don't you have a job? I said, I got the best job in the world. So I got home later that afternoon, and I saw eBay was up 68 points from where I sold. And so it was born. That was the final straw. That was the camel that broke the straw's back. Yeah. And that was it. I started letting people know what I was doing. I was like, this is not, I want you guys to benefit. So I set up an instant message, AOL, told everybody when I was getting out. That's why I tell people to embrace the horror. Embrace the horror that every time I get out of a trade, it's going to move, continue in the direction I was just in. It's unbelievable. Yesterday was, I've been doing this for, since late 96. Yesterday was hands down the most incredible day I've ever had. Most incredible. 21 out of 23 trades that I did, not only did they move the direction I was just in, but they were blockbuster trades. Blockbuster. I'm talking about half a point minimum, points. I'm talking about oil going up to a record. A record. Now, if you were watching the show a couple of days ago, I was saying I was selling out of the oil. I had taken a beating. I was buying those USOs, which don't trade exactly point for point with the oil. They trade the Western, blah, 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 whatever, but they give a good reflection of what's going on. But forget about it. I got out of the oil on Friday. I had a smidge left Monday, and I got out at the open. Come on now. Come on now. The biggest move oil's ever had in U.S. history happened after I got out. So that's what it's all about. HitTheBid.net. Come to the chat room, because if you're crazy enough, okay, to own worthless pieces of paper in this market, You can't go short, right? You can't go short because the governments could just step in your way. Next thing you know, the market's gapped up and you've lost your home. You're too panicky to hold on to a short position because you don't know what's going to happen next. And if you're long, well, at least you can only have a stock go to zero at this point. But if you're short, you can't go short, you can't go long, you can't hold on to anything. So the only option right now is to try to make money intraday with these swings. And that's what I'm good at. I'm good at finding good entry points. Obviously not that good at getting out of the stocks. But generally, I do pick some good bottoms, or I do pick some good tops where you could go short intraday. And I suggest, as always, do not hold overnights. No matter how fantastic you think the chart looks, no matter what it is, and especially if the company's reporting earnings, or if any company's reporting earnings, you never know what the market's going to do. When one company reports earnings, oh, the other one's down in sympathy. Oh, it's down in sympathy. Fuck sympathy. If anything, it was never understood. If one stock is down in the same industry as another one, the other company should be up. Not in sympathy, in domination. Maybe it's that company that's taking the money out of the other company's pocket, so that one should be rising, no? There's always a reason, there's always a name for it. The bottom line is, if you read your charts, you hang out in the chat room, and if we're not doing anything, there's always sports gambling. There's always sports gambling. What did I say about 2 weeks ago? Bet against the Mets every single day. They're men. Don't you think in the back of their mind, they're thinking, oh my God, I hope we don't collapse? How can you play? They're going to be tight. They're going to be frightened. And you cannot play ball when you're tight and frightened and thinking about other things. So far, so good. I'm going to put my kids through college this year. I stopped betting against the Yankees because there's no point anymore. Because now actually Clyde has taken over for the Yankees. I don't want to bet against them until the end of the year. That was a good choice. But the Mets, and especially the Jets, come on now. No matter what is happening, the more hype the Jets are, and I've been a Jet fan all my life, and I think I told you about the Joe Namath curse. The Joe Namath curse. Joe Namath sold his soul to the devil, okay, to win that Super Bowl against the Colts back in 1969. And until Joe Namath is taking a dirt nap, the Jets will never have any prosperity. Well, they'll make it to the playoffs. That's just a tease. They'll never win the Super Bowl until Joe Namath is dead. And the more hyped up the Jets are preseason, the worse they do. Standard procedure. Did you think that they were going to beat San Diego in Monday Night Football? Come on now. Come on now. Please. I know the spread was big, but my God. So like I said, we're talking about lots of different things in the chat room. Come hang out. And if there's nothing going on, we can talk about a bunch of nonsense. Who cares? That's what I want my website to be like. It's not going to all be about stochastics and Bollinger Bands and fundamental analysis. I can do that all day. I got friends who have hedge funds. You want me to talk about companies that you never heard of that may look good in the future? Yeah. Who the hell cares? Who the hell cares? Because if nothing's been proven, nobody knows anything. All the smart people, the Merrill Lynch's, the Lehman's, the Goldman Sachs, that wouldn't give me a job, they wouldn't give me a shot. I was like, listen, give me a shot. I used to do some stand-up comedy. I could talk to anybody on the phone. Give me a shot as a stockbroker. They wouldn't even let me be a stockbroker for their company. I couldn't get a job at Merrill Lynch. Who's the idiot now? Who's the smart guy now? And I never understand. How could I be that smart in March of 2007, when the subprime catastrophe was starting to get some light, and then suddenly we just stopped talking about it? That's when I knew it was time to start getting out of stocks. That's when I knew if we're trying to ignore another problem, it's going to only come back and be 10 times worse than it should have been. All right, let's go make some money. Welcome all you noobs. Hit thebid.net, get there, and let's hang out.